The curator of history here at the New Mexico Farm and Ranch Museum, and we're standing in front of the historic Green Bridge, which we've been rebuilding and moved down from Cacho, New Mexico. It was originally part of the Pecos River Bridge over at Roswell in 1902, so it's now 105 years old. And it was the first permanent highway bridge north of Carlsbad on the Pecos River. And it faithfully served the Roswell community and all the farmers and ranchers out east of the Pecos up until the early 1940s. They had a big flood in Roswell in 1937, and it did a lot of damage to the old highway that included the bridge. It really didn't do too much to the bridge itself, but the highway had to be realigned and they built a new bridge, so the old Pecos River Bridge was bypassed. So in the 1940s, the State Highway Department came in and offered to disassemble the whole bridge, and they took this middle span of the three-span bridge and moved it up to Cacho, New Mexico in Lincoln County. Put it across the Hondo River on a small county ranch road, and there it started its second lifetime serving the farmers and ranchers there in the Hondo Valley area. It stayed in service there until 1989, when the Highway Department needed to replace it with a new one. They just bypassed it, put the new bridge right upstream of the old one. And for about almost 20 years, the bridge sat there at Cacho, slowly rusting away and waiting for its final fate. In mid-1990s, one of the Lincoln County Commissioners named Ralph Dunlap was one of the early founders of this museum, and he approached the director at the time, J. Edson Way, and said, "Hey, would you guys be interested in having a bridge to put across the Tortugas Arroyo at the new museum?" Edson said, "You know, it sounds like a great idea, Ralph, but I'm still trying to get this building built, the Bruce King building back there behind us." So it didn't get any attention until after Mac Harris became director in 1999. And in early 2000, we went up and did our first assessment of the project and looked at the engineering, see how solid the bridge was, and if it was in a condition that could be moved down here, and if the cost was acceptable to us. And it turned out that if we built this bridge from scratch here across the Arroyo, we'd spend about as much money as we would just restoring this bridge. So it became a very appealing project to us, because here we can restore a piece of New Mexico's history, a significant piece of its highway history. It's the second oldest highway bridge in New Mexico. It's the oldest steel bridge that still remains in New Mexico. And it was something that was used by farmers and ranchers and rural people almost all of its life. So it's a natural fit with our mission here at the museum. So with this bridge, we open up a whole new avenue of discussion to talk about the importance of roads and bridges and rural transportation in New Mexico, and it's a fabulous addition to the landscape here at the museum, and of course it becomes a new way for our visitors to get from the Bruce King building across the South 20 to see all of our facilities.